Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video I am doing a, what would you even call this? Like I'm testing out a makeup product, or yeah, a makeup product? No, I'm not testing out a makeup product. I'm testing out a makeup tool, and it's this INSTYLISH microfiber makeup sponge. If you want to know all the deets and how I feel about this and everything and just the whole breakdown of the sponge, then just keep on watching. So basically it's a microfiber makeup sponge. It's basically a velvety soft microfiber. I did get the 2-pack influencer set or whatever it's called, so I've used one here, and guys, first of all, it feels kind of weird. I love the color, by the way. It reminds me of the 𝓕𝓸𝓷'𝓽 sponge, except theirs is in blue, but it's basically sort of the same thing. So it comes like this. This is the dry version, so it has like this taper edge and then a flat edge, and then this is the sponge wet. It does grow a little bit in size. Obviously I haven't used this one, and this I have one time the other day, just so I can get a feel for it before I actually did the video, so that way I know what to say. And this for sure does soak up so much less product. Basically the only time that it really got dirty was when I dipped it in powder, because obviously the water and the powder made more of a mess. But honestly, when I was using liquids, I was surprised that my sponge was kind of new. Like it wouldn't pick up much, but it did amazing at blending it out. So it just comes in this like plastic container. The only thing that I really noticed was when I first opened this sponge, it kind of had a weird smell. But other than that, like this one was fine. But other than that, yeah, I haven't noticed anything. And when I wet it, it still kind of feels dry. But when you squeeze it, you can feel the water drip. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like my hands are like wet. But like that's the only like thing that I've noticed that's kind of different than like my regular sponges. So I guess we can go ahead and get started with applying the makeup, because I just want you guys to see how well this works with creams especially, or liquids. So first I'm just going to apply my primer, since it is a bit more cold and dry here. Well, it really isn't cold, but since it's in the colder drier time of the year, I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Primer. And if you've noticed, my skin is doing so good, knock on wood. I literally stopped doing everything that I have been for the last like 2 years. Well, on like a year, I would say. But yeah, I honestly just stopped doing anything to my skin. I just wash it in the mornings, and that's basically it. I wash it and then put some moisturizer on it, and that's my skincare routine. I'm kind of over it, because I feel like the more I was doing, the more it was breaking out, and now that I'm not doing anything to it, it kind of looks so much better, right? So I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer just to conceal like my really bad acne, or like the redness, just a little bit. Oh, I should have used the sponge. Whatever. We'll use it for the foundation. I think I'm going to pump it on my face, because this is what I usually do. I'll do 2 pumps on each side. I used to use a sponge for my face, and then I stopped. I went back to using a brush. But now that I've got this sponge, I've kind of been going back to using a sponge for my foundation, and I've been really loving it. So I just take the flat side and just pounce it. I applied way too much. Like it just spreads it out so fast, and it gives you so much coverage. Like look at that. It kind of feels dry, but like when you squeeze it, you can tell it's wet. It's like the weirdest thing ever, but I love it. Usually with, wow, I look scary, but usually with this foundation, even if I conceal my pimples, you can still sort of see the redness peeking through. I can't take myself serious with with my lips looking like that, so I'm just gonna take that But yeah, like I said, usually you'd still be able to see the redness peeking through, but I don't know what the heck this microfiber stuff does, but it literally leaves your skin streak free. And I feel like it picks up the right amount of foundation back. That way, like, my skin doesn't feel like it's caked on, if that makes sense. Because I love me a good full coverage foundation, and I would like apply way too many layers and my face would feel heavy even after I would blend it out with my my brush, and then I would go in with my beauty blender. It would still be like too much and my face would be shiny. But yeah, I don't know what this does, but it just makes it like so much better. I'll zoom you guys in so you can kind of see what my skin looks like. I hope I'm in focus. And excuse my lash extensions, I need a refill, I know, but I hope that's not bright and you guys can see my skin. But just look how good it looks. Like, do you see that? And it literally took me like 10 seconds to blend it out too. But yeah, and that's how much it picked up. I feel like the reason why there's like a big splotch here is because I directly took that chunk of foundation onto the sponge. But other than that, like, if you look around it, there isn't that much foundation that it picked up other than that like big splotch. So now that my foundation's all done, I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Shape Shifter, and there's one side of powders and then the other side, if you flip the mirror, there is color correctors and highlighter and a contour shade. I think I'm just going to take a little bit of the color corrector and the highlighter shade just for the sake of the video, just so I can show you how well the sponge works. I'm just going to take a little bit of the lighter color corrector, pop it under my eye. Then I'm going to take the yellowy shade right here, just taking it directly on the sponge. Do you see how amazing that looks? I feel like it does such a good job of blending the product. It doesn't pick up anything. Sometimes when I use some sponges, the more I blend, like especially under my eyes, I feel like sometimes it goes splotchy and the sponge just picks up certain product in certain areas. Yeah, and I just feel like the sponge is doing such an amazing job of just blending. But yeah, I just feel like the sponge does such an amazing job of blending your product. I kind of want to take the contour shade. It looks a little bit scary, or I might just take this, what I know. This is the L'Oreal Long Lasting Shaping Stick. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. I might take this side of the sponge because I still want to use the powder. I'm just going to take a little bit and cream contour. See how easy that was? My God, it makes it so easy. And literally there's like nothing on the sponge, barely anything. But basically that's what the sponge looks like when I'm grabbing the contour shade. And then just go ahead and blend it. And literally the sponge doesn't even pick up anything. Like, do you see just how beautiful, soft, and natural that looks? So I'm all done with my cream contour, and I think I'm just going to, oh no, I forgot my concealer. I'm going to do a little bit of concealer since I've already used the color corrector and the lighter yellow shade in the Urban Decay palette. So I'm just going to take another Urban Decay concealer. This is the Naked Skin. I'm just going to do a little bit this side where we used to blend out the foundation. And another thing that I've noticed, it keeps the products, like, I think I've already said it with my foundation, but like especially with the concealer, it keeps it like super bright and super full coverage. My skin is not overly dewy. It still looks nice. I've kind of been only setting under my eyes recently and not setting my whole face when I go out, when I do my everyday makeup. For the sake of the video, I'm going to take some powder for under my eyes and then pick up some of the powder. And now onto the powders. I'm gonna take my, maybe I'll just fast forward this part because it's really not that interesting. I'll just list everything that I've used down below.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
So I'm all done with my makeup. Do you like my clips? Even though these aren't like clips you're supposed to wear like this, they're kind of like clips to like keep your hair away from your face when you're doing makeup, but it looks cute, right? So yeah, basically I'm all done with my makeup. I really didn't do too much. Literally didn't do anything to my eyes except put a shimmering shade in the inner corner, because I just feel like with my lash extensions it's kind of hard to take off makeup around my eyes without having to like pull and tug on my eyelashes. And basically this video wasn't about the makeup tutorial on my eyes. It was about the sponge, and honestly the pudding, or the magic is in the pudding, or however that saying goes. Basically I feel like I don't really have to say much, just look at my beat, look at my face. I feel like the sponge just speaks for itself. I feel like I don't really have to do much talking. Like I said, it's just great. I will leave a link down to where you can purchase the sponge. I believe I also have a coupon code. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I did go through my emails, but I don't see it, so I just asked them to email me back with my coupon code, so I can leave it down in the description. Yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If you want to leave any video suggestions you would want to see from me, you are more than welcome to leave that in the comments down below. Follow me on all my social media at @GlamZ, and I guess that's it. Bye.